My name is Tyler, and Temp Tats Magazine is a magazine that documents DIY culture in Houston.
Go fucking Temp City!
I grew up in Houston pretty much just in the same house. My uncle gave me a ton of hand-me-down CDs, and I used to listen to like Queers a lot. And my introduction to the punk scene was actually like the Queers. They were touring here, and they played at the Secret Group for I think it was their 40th anniversary tour. I went and saw them just because I liked them already, and opening for them was a local band called Gen Y. There was like a ton of like punks from the Houston scene coming there, and I was like, holy shit, I didn't know that we had a prominent punk scene here. So I started following those bands on Instagram and stuff, and I saw all these shows, these flyers and stuff, so I started going. I brought my camera to Trip 6, and I started taking pictures at like punk shows and stuff. I would post those like pictures on Instagram and stuff, and all of the bands would be really into it, and people seemed to like it. So I thought that it would be a good idea to put like all of my show photography into one place, like a zine. So I made issue 1 of Temp Tats basically. It sold out, and I thought, wow, that's crazy. People are actually like really into my pictures and stuff. So for issue 2, I wanted to do something that was more like community inclusive. So I hit up like the bands that I already kind of knew, Orion, 224, and I was like, would you guys be down for an interview? Maybe I can like put it next to these pictures next to me. They were down, and I did the interview with them for my first interview, and it was really good. It just kind of became a magazine by accident. This is Temp Tats Magazine here with Downhill. This is Temp Tats Magazine here with the Posers. This is Temp Tats Magazine here with Brave Balls. Mostly I reach out to the bands that I am like into personally, that I really like. But I have had a couple bands reach out asking to be interviewed. I haven't actually done any of them yet, but I will eventually. You guys are gonna do that, but on the cards it's local bands. It was originally one word, but then they had to add something else.
Orion 224.
Yes!
Yeah! What the fuck was that?
In the Houston scene, there's a lot of people that are just kind of like that.
I walked into the mosh, got punched in the face.
The minute that the mosh pit for Elle started, I literally broke my nose. I shoved a tampon up there and I was ready to go, not even 5 minutes later.
My father threw me off of a mountain and shit. I landed in the middle of a fucking Mexican coke pit. And ever since then, I've been just fucking cracking heads, you know?
You kind of become like used to it at some point, I guess. It's not really shocking usually when something like that happens to me. But when I bring my friends who like don't usually go to shows, they'll be like, why is that man spinning fire? Why is that man hitting a bread bong? And it's definitely shocking to like people who haven't seen it before.
The lady was just squatting on top of him. She was just pissing on him. That's all.
I think that the Houston scene is like very community driven. A lot of people who are like outsiders to the music scene kind of view it as just like a ton of people going to get drunk, do drugs, party. But I feel like it's so much more of like a family environment, and everyone is like very supportive in the community, and it's so much more than just that.
I don't think I'd actually be like the human I am today without the love and like respect that the people have in this community. Without it, I think I probably would have most likely killed myself. Yeah.
I feel like magazines are such a good medium for artists. There's photography, there's literature, there's journalism. All of these like aspects of art can go into magazines. I feel like the magazines that like people see today, like at CVS, Walgreens, are just like corporate magazines that are run by corporations in the media pretty much, and not by artists. And I feel like it's so bland. They're used as more of an advertising medium rather than place for self-expression. So I think that there should be more magazine art and more cool stuff. I do have long-term plans for it. Eventually I want to go on tour with a band and do an issue like all about that. Explore DIY culture like outside of Houston, and just do a lot of stuff that is not accessible to me right now. I do have big plans for it, and I want to keep doing it for as long as I can, because it's really like my favorite thing ever.
Hey, so we're gonna play every single song we've ever written. It's gonna take 5 minutes. Don't be acting. Tell me when they're gonna make me. Watch it run. We're the